Why would anybody want to buy Aryeh Kaplan's books? Why would anybody want to read his books? And the truth is that why would anybody want to look at a Rembrandt if they could look at somebody, a street painter? Why would they want to hear a jazz musician who's famous if they could just go and just do any kind of jazz musician? It's because this was one of the greatest teachers of our generation. The breadth and the depth of his knowledge, the incredible learning that he had done to prepare himself in order to write the books that he did. It was uncanny what this man was able to do in the short 11 years that he wrote all of his books. It was because he had packed in an incredible amount of information. Even from a young age, from the age of 12, he started learning Torah. So the pure volume bespeaks in itself, it tells us that this man is drawing from a reservoir of knowledge that's extremely powerful, extremely important for all of us. That is to say, it's comprehensive. It's not just piecemeal. One example is that he never brought just a single opinion or one of many opinions. He would bring all the opinions and he would show you how they all fit together into a larger picture. This is a real teacher. This is a person who cared that the information that he was giving to you wouldn't be stacked. There wouldn't be a twist on it that he was telling you what he wanted you to know. No, he'd give you all the information and he'd allow you, instead of sticking stuff under the carpet, he'd give you all the information and he'd give you the ability to see the whole picture. And that was, for me, a sign of somebody I could trust, a teacher I could trust. He did it when he was teaching orally. His mind was constantly, in a sense, thinking faster than he could speak. And that's why even in private, he would stutter slightly, because his mind was thinking so much faster than he could even put into words. He was a delightful man. He was a caring man. There's so many reasons why when we read his books, we see a light shining in there. The information he's providing, the content, the depth of the content, the wealth of the ideas. Not everybody can talk at that depth about the soul, about life in this world and the world to come. Not everybody can talk with such a profound understanding. So there's no question that this man, Rabbi Kaplan, who passed away in 1983, his name still reverberates throughout our generation. Young people who never met him are still picking up his books. Older people who did, and who did see him in his lifetime, or who did read his books along the way as they came out in that 11-year period, they're still reading those books. They go back to those books. They're resource books. The translation style that he was able to get, it was crisp. It was alive. He made a verse come alive. I personally, when I was doing the first book that I did for him, I made an index of every verse that this man translated. This was an extremely valuable index. It gave me a sense of what I needed to do in order to write and edit his work. This was my homework in order to enter into this man's shoes, enter into the thinking process. And this was a tremendous privilege for me.